There are two different rental conditions. There are short-term rentals and long-term rentals. Short-term rentals are less than 30 days. So that would be VRBO, Airbnb kind of rentals, okay?
It's hard to hear that.
So right now, those are categorically illegal in the city. I don't know that everybody knows that. And we know we have some people that are actually we've found some people doing Airbnb. So at this point, we are going to enforce across the board, no short-term rental, because that is our ordinance. Now, I have had some citizens talk to me about, they have a lot of concerns with renting whole homes out, but not a lot of concern with a resident that's living here that wants to rent a room in their house for short-term. Some people hate that idea, some people like it. We could use some feedback on that, okay? But right now, we're gonna enforce absolutely no short-term rentals until we make a change. Now, long-term rentals. The state of Utah requires every jurisdiction, every municipality to have lower income housing. We don't have any really great places for that in our city topographically, so we can sort of make a good argument. But, yeah, I've had about 4 people in the last month tell me that. Our house is low income. But one of the ways that we keep the pressure off of us from the state government is that we have been allowing here and there accessory apartment rentals. I think the thing that we as a council have talked about and kind of how we're tending, but we haven't made up our minds yet. So if we hear some good feedback, we would like it and input from you. But what we're tending toward right now is to allow somebody to rent out their entire home, so that it would be one single family renting the home, or you can rent out one accessory apartment, mother-in-law apartment or basement apartment, as long as the rest of the home, as long as the home is owner occupied. So if the home is owner occupied, then you can rent out one accessory apartment. The idea behind that being that we don't think it would really negatively impact property values. You're not going to have any home that is almost like a little apartment building, because the owner's going to live there with the little renters, or only one family is going to be living there that's renting the whole entire home. So, tossing that out there, long-term rentals, keep them separate as we're discussing. Long-term rentals and short-term rentals. Do you have feedback on that, Dave?
Yeah, Wendy, regarding the short-term, close to where we live, there's been some of that. There's actually what you call permanent resident, but there's been a lot of short-term rentals, so the cars get into the street. Sometimes there's 3, 4, 5. There's trailers, trucks. There's also been some fire danger with sparklers, some other things. Some of those renters, short-term, have come over to people's property, done some things. I'm not in favor of switching that short-term one because of just some of the things that I've seen personally.
So you don't even like the idea of somebody, I'm just clarifying.
I'm talking just the short-term, my feedback is, because I thought that you had mentioned that maybe you guys would revisit that short-term one.
Well, because there are some people that have said, could I just rent out a room while I'm still living in my house? And then I'm there to tell everybody, don't light a fire.
Possibly long-term, I think it's different.
Okay.
I'm speaking just the short-term.
Right.
Not to a long-term
Right.
part of the house and or the whole house.
Right, okay.
I'm gonna go with Dave, and I did call the city.
Yes.
Somebody, an Airbnb, somebody appeared in our neighborhood, but people appeared on our property. It's not a park, it's our property, and your property too, Doyle, because we went down and accosted them. And I hate to do that.
In a really nice way.
Well, okay, Tom will do it next time, but my point is we have people walking all over our property like it's a park.
Right.
And it's not a park. And for us to have to constantly monitor that, I mean, we have the cul-de-sac problem, and we
Yes.
will start a club. Because we have
We're gonna do a cul-de-sac club. We really
because we do deal with that.
Yeah, you do.
So does Doral.
That's what our
Clean
drones
up,
are for.
smoking, all that, so.
Absolutely.
I do not my household is opposed to any short term. And I
Okay.
think short term to me is less than a year, not less than 6 months. A year is different, there's a commitment there, right? But I think, seriously, I don't want someone in and out every 6 months. To me, that's still just not enough.
People don't learn our culture and they're not as
Well,
careful
they
with.
can't learn the geography, they don't know,
Yeah.
right?
Right. Diana, did you have your hand up?
I just want to know when you're saying short-term, long-term, what are you constituting as short-term, long-term?
Well, basically, the way the state defines it is short-term is less than 30 days and long-term is more than 30 days.
Really?
30 days is too short.
So we're just talking about vacation rentals.
Right.
Short term is usually vacation.
But I think the issue more important is that the owner needs to live there. Because they know how to put garbage in the garbage can and recycle, they know all the rules in the city. I mean, is that a general agreement with everyone here? That if the owner's there, it helps follow the rules.
I agree, but I think 30, if you're going by the 30-day rule for long-term and short-term, that it doesn't work for me. Long-term, I agree with Ben, or with Lynn, that it's a year.
Well, so we'll look into what, the legal because we really do deal with a lot of state regulations here, so we'll look into the legal ramifications and see if that's something we can mess with or not. Because that makes sense to me. I mean, I think that we can consider that. It's definitely worth considering. Aaron?
One little caveat, my sister has done VRBO as renting her home out, and it's owner occupied, they live there all the time,
Right.
except for when they VRBO it. Then they go and stay at my mom's house. So they're not there because they can make big bucks because there's a convention in town or it's that season, so they leave temporarily to let the short-termers come in, and then they come back to their home. So just keep that in mind as you say, this is an owner-occupied short-term rental. Is the owner staying there when the renters are also there?
Okay, that's good to consider. Thank you. And frankly, we're just not that high demand of a destination. I mean, I just don't think it's
I think we could do.
We could be. If we wanted to market ourselves, we could be. And were there any other comments? Yes.
Just because someone signs a lease for a year does not mean that they don't
Right.
have anything to consider. So your definition of having it be longer than 30 days doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen.
True. Just because somebody signs a year lease doesn't mean they'll really actually stay the whole year. So that's what Beth commented, in case you. Yes.
Is there a home that's empty?
Yes.
Most of the year?
Yes.
People use it as a vacation home. We had a family in the ward, you remember, that was actually renting the basement space long-term. So
Right.
to clarify, you're saying that a family actually will have to live in the home even if they're gonna rent long-term?
No, well, what we're tending toward is you can rent to a single family, or you can rent an accessory apartment if it's owner occupied. So even if you just were renting the accessory apartment but only one family was living there, I think it would qualify as a single family.
Okay.
But you can, well, we have had people before renting their home and then renting an apartment upstairs and renting a basement apartment, and that would be a no-no.
Okay.
Because you either have, if there's gonna be more than two families, one of them has to be the owner.
Okay.
Well, there wouldn't be more than two. If there are gonna be more than one would have to be the owner.
Because the situation frequently happens where you have an owner not there, we're gonna rent the basement only and leave the top half.
And I would think that most people would kind of be comfortable with that, and it's kind of safer than having an empty one sitting there. But if we don't allow any rentals, then that would be right out. But if you're only allowing one family rental and the owner's not there, they're only renting to one family, so I think it would qualify as the ordinance. If that we're talking about doing.
And it's also gonna be a bit of a challenge to enforce for those people who live in California. This is their Thanksgiving home.
Right.
They're gonna wanna do whatever they want to do with it, So, again, you're gonna have some enforcement issues.
Right. Mark, did you have a comment? Okay.